Billerica is a very special place in the Catholic Church. Throughout its 152-year history, the church in Billerica has inspired members of our community to enter religious life and dedicate themselves to ministry in the church, as mentioned last week. Over time, the church in Billerica has adapted to reflect the changing spiritual needs of our town. The three churches that began as missions became parishes, and their buildings grew or moved to respond to the needs of the community at the time. Over the last decade or so, cultural shifts in the practice of the faith have also impacted the Church of Billerica, leading to a decline in mass attendance, which again required our former legacy parishes to adjust to the needs of the Billerica faithful. Last week marked our 1-year anniversary as St. Matthew the Evangelist Parish. Our new parish is intended to unite Billerica Catholics in a strong, more cohesive, and devoted community. This unification was also intended to stabilize and maximize the financial viability of the Catholic Church in Billerica. As many of you are aware, in June and July of this year, 2 informational videos were published. The first was an extended annual financial report presented by the chair of the Parish Financial Council, Chad LaLiberte, which described the financial health of our new parish. The second video was provided by Michael Sullivan and Dan Quattrocchi of the Building Committee and served as a visible walkthrough of the state of our 7 buildings on the 3 church properties. Based on feedback received, parishioners were astonished and concerned by the information conveyed in those videos, and acknowledged the difficult decisions that lay ahead for our parish. Over the course of the last 2 years, I have worked together with the parish staff and the Parish Finance Council to focus our attention on analyzing parish expenses and, as compared to our current level of offertory and grand annual contributions. This analysis has led to recognize that we are unable to continue to operate our parishes as our 3 legacy parishes have traditionally been able to in the past. As we continue to assess operational cost and address urgent matters resulting from years of deferred maintenance of our properties, it is necessary to begin to prioritize and explore viable solutions to restore the well-being of our parish. As mentioned in the Building Committee video, St. Mary Church requires at least $203,000 within the next 12 months to address grave structural and safety concerns. This figure does not account for the need to bring the church in compliance with building codes, which is often required with such renovations. Looking to our current financial status, our parish is unable to pay for such extensive costs. In an effort to seek out guidance and options, our Parish Pastoral Council, Parish Finance Council, Building Committee, and staff met with key members of the Archdiocese of Boston's Office of Pastoral Planning and Property Management on July 13th. The discussion particularly centered around the dire straits of St. Mary's Church and Rectory, which was emotional and trying. For the duration of the 2-hour meeting, attendees attempted to brainstorm solutions to address concerns around the 20-plus years of budget deficits of St. Mary's Parish, the urgent structural issues of the two buildings that require immediate attention, as well as significant repairs in the coming years, and the prohibitive cost associated with the requirement of updating the building to modern building codes. Unfortunately, the consensus of the St. Matthew the Evangelist Parish was that the consensus was that St. Matthew the Evangelist Parish is unable to restore and maintain our three church buildings. After extensive prayer and reflection and consultation of our councils, we came to a difficult realization that the time has come to close St. Mary's Church and St. Mary's Rectory and prepare them to be leased or sold. Therefore, I will petition the Cardinal to declare that St. Mary property be no longer dedicated or set aside for sacred use, which is officially known as relegating St. Mary Church to profane use. The decision did not come lightly nor swiftly, but rather as a result of regular conversations with the parish staff, building committee, and the two councils over the last year about the prospects of this decision. I recognize that this news may be extremely heartbreaking to hear, and I am fully aware of the contributions and history that St. Mary's Church has provided to our parishioners throughout their lives. St. Mary's has had a significant presence in the heart of Billerica Catholics. In addition to attending Sunday and daily masses, families have celebrated noteworthy milestones such as weddings, funerals, baptisms, First Holy Communions, and confirmations. St. Mary's was also blessed to have a visitor who attended a Mass there who was eventually canonized. That honorable guest was Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Upon the acceptance of this proposal by Cardinal Sean, we will celebrate the final Mass at St. Mary's Church on Saturday, October 30th at 4 p.m. During these remaining months, I look to celebrate the history and wonderful memories of St. Mary's and find ways to preserve those sentiments and incorporate them into St. Matthew's Parish. At this time, I, along with the Parish Pastoral Council, Parish Finance Council, and parish staff, welcome any response that you would like to share about the decision by sending through the mail or via email at feedback@billericacatholic.org. That's feedback@billericacatholic.org. When sending comments, please refrain from sending anonymous messages. Instead, please include your name and contact information so that we may be able to respond and address your feedback. I appreciate your understanding and ongoing support as we continue to realistically determine the properties and pastoral needs of St. Matthew the Evangelist Parish. St. Matthew the Evangelist, pray for us.